Have you ever had a dream? Did you pursue your dream? Did you do anything to make this dream come true? You know how many people fail to follow their dreams because they are just afraid of failure. They're afraid of being judged. And who they are afraid of being judged? Most of all, by people they love. People around them, you know, especially like parents. Oh, my parents will not like if I do this, you know. Come on, your parents would actually love you to be happy. All healthy parents, they love when their children are happy. And all healthy parents, you know, it might take them a while to understand that what they wanted for their child is not necessarily what the child wants, but as long as they can see that the child is happy, then they will be happy. Like in my case, actually, my parents wanted completely something, they imagined a completely different life, not the way I have. But at some point they could see that actually I'm happy. I'm happy, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing and having the lifestyle I have, you know, they notice that it makes me happy and everything functions. So at some point they said, yeah, you know what you're doing. Okay, good. You know, it's just an example, but it's for all parents. And of course, some parents are too controlling, but then you have to, you know, you have to grow up. You have to grow up yourself to tell parents, you know, I know what I want. But in this case, you actually have to be very, like, responsible for your actions. It's not like I follow my dreams, but I have to be dependent on somebody else. No. Risk what you can risk. Yeah. Go for, risk everything you are ready to lose. Yeah. If you start a business, then be ready that it will not work, or it will work only in a few years. Usually it takes years for a business to succeed, you know. So, and also sometimes people are afraid that their partner will not like it or something, will not support it. Again, a good partner will support you fulfilling your dreams, again, as long as you are responsible for what you're doing. And not that somebody else should be responsible, you know. So it's kind of like, if you're a responsible person, then just follow your dreams. And sometimes it can be that women, especially women, are like, they don't like to risk too much, they don't like their partner to risk things, you know, women like security, yeah. Let's put it this way. So sometimes they might be, you know, not wanting the guy to fulfill their dreams because they crave for security, but this is also, women have to work with this, you know. As long as the guy, you know, is taking it in a responsible way, then he should be able to do in life what he wants. He should be able to be free. He should be able to really follow and really chase his dreams. So as a guy, you have to also to say, you know, this is my dream and I'm a responsible person. I'm taking care of myself, and I'm, like, in some cases also helping the family and stuff. But there is something I want to risk, you know, there is something I want to try. And again, a good partner will support you eventually. It might take some conversations, but yeah, it's also a process. But you have to act, because if you are afraid of being judged, if you're afraid of failure, which is very often the case, yeah, you have to fail a few times before you become successful. If you're afraid, then you don't act. And if you don't act, you will never be successful. You will never make your dreams a reality. And another reason sometimes can be that you are just not defining your dreams. You just don't know kind of like what you want. You feel something, but you cannot formulate it, you know. But then again, take your time. You need this clarity about what you want. For example, I want to be free as much as possible. And there is no limit how much freedom one can have in his or her life, you know. And this is what I'm working on. My passion is also to make, you know, to help others, to show them the way to freedom. You know, to inspire others on the same way towards freedom. This is my passion. This is my, you know, way. But it took me a while also to formulate this, really to understand what I want. And if you don't know, like for example, yeah, take your time. I could be the one helping you with this if you'd like. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You know, check some other videos on this channel. Yeah, when it talks about building freedom in life and chasing your dreams, finding your passion. And when I then actually get feedbacks from people saying, you know, thank you, you really helped me finding my way. You really helped me building freedom in life. You really helped me finding my passion, you know. You really helped me go in this way. You really inspired me. When I get this kind of feedbacks, you know, this is the best thing that can happen to me. It also doesn't matter if you buy my products, or you don't buy my products, but the fact that I can inspire people to find their passion, to understand that they can actually follow their dreams. They can start following their dreams. They don't have to wait, you know, they don't have to, yeah. So formulate your dream to yourself. What is that you want? Maybe you had dreams, but then you forgot, or, you know, and kind of quit on yourself in a way. It's never too late to uncover those things, you know. Sometimes the reason can be that we are just too comfortable, you know. We have kind of like enough and everything is kind of secured. Okay, maybe not nowadays anymore. But in some countries for quite some decades, people got used to be a little bit too comfortable in the way that it seems like it's stable, that everything is secured. But now I think almost everywhere in the world, there are really a few places, or like almost nowhere, that you can say, well, this is secured, this is comfortable, you know, I will have pension, this is, you know. No, the world has changed a lot. There is no security. Actually, there was never security, but there was like a false feeling of that. Yeah. And sometimes people have this the feeling of security, and I have enough, and then they don't follow their dreams. This is also pity. Or they just don't want to go out of the comfort zone, but then you don't learn, then you don't grow, then you kind of like, what kind of life is that? Is it living, or is it like a slow process of dying? I mean, we are going to die anyway. Death is very democratic, you know. But live your life to the fullest. Come on. Enjoy it. Find your passion. Follow your dreams. Wake up. You know, so, yeah. Don't procrastinate. Don't become lazy. Also, it's like everywhere with what people do, or also about when they have a good relationship, sometimes people get lazy and don't work on it, you know. It also can be the case. It's a very human tendency, you know, to become comfortable when things are pretty stable. But it's a fake stability. Nothing is permanent. Everything can be changed. Everything can change. So build the freedom. You have to fight for your freedom every day. You have to build your freedom. I know it can be hard. I know it can be tough. I know you have to, you know, train your muscles. Then that's great. Your life will never be boring. Another reason, which could be, is having, this kind of negative mindset. This kind of people, like whatever they would say, oh, this is not possible, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, or this is not for me. Like always the reaction is always negative. If you have something like this, and this prevents you from following the life, like following your dreams and living the best life you can, then you have to work with this again by learning, by doing, by acting. Because before you act, you never know if it's for you. You never know if it's gonna work or not. You never know if it's possible. Actually, everything is possible. But before you tried it, you don't have the right to say it's not possible. You didn't even try. How do you know? If you tried and failed, then at least you have some right to say, well, it's not so easy. Yeah? But again, the next point would be ready that it takes a while. It takes a few failures to actually, on the way to achieving your goals, on the way to pursuing your dreams, it takes a few failures to really succeed. So even if you tried and failed, take it as a learning process. You definitely learned something. The first business I started, I failed, but I've learned the lesson. And this experience helped me to be more successful later on, And the same with you, Even the first failure, forget. Try a little bit different, The first failure even doesn't mean that it's not possible. Other people can do it, means you can do too. If other people can do it, they prove it's possible. And if you say it's not possible before you even tried, then forget about it. It's just it can be some negative mindset, which sometimes people have. So instead of not possible, what is the possibility? Life is full of possibilities. I have a video when I talk about quantum physics. Very simple, very, very easy to understand. And there I talk about possibilities, countless possibilities. And it's all up to us. Yeah, it's proven by science. It's not just blah, blah, blah. It's experience and it's science. So check out this video about how quantum physics understands it, or how quantum physics explains it. So stay strong, follow your dreams. If you need help, consider subscribing to this channel. Check out some useful links below. If you want to work more with me, deeper with me, then we can do it as well. I can help you with finding your way, finding your passion, building a business of your dreams if you'd like. And also, give this video a thumbs up. This would be a request from me, because this way you show YouTube algorithm that it's something valuable, it could be useful for others. So algorithm will show it to other people who can hopefully also benefit from it. And also let me know in the comments how you found this video. Was it useful? Was it inspiring? And maybe you want to add something else. Maybe you have your own experience, what actually blocks you or people in life you've seen from fulfilling dreams, from following dreams, from chasing dreams. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video next week.